valuable.
A tough time right now for the job market. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Laurel. Major companies are slashing jobs and impacting tens of thousands of workers across the country. We're talking big names like Amazon and Target. Some companies point to rising operational costs from new tariffs. Others are restructuring their corporate teams or redirecting money to artificial intelligence. Federal employees have also been impacted this year. The Trump administration cut thousands of jobs through its goal of reducing the size of the federal workforce. Many government employees are also now going on weeks working without pay or on furlough because of the ongoing shutdown. Amazon just announced its latest round of job cuts. It's slashing 14,000 corporate positions. It says it's streamlining operations and redirecting resources towards AI. Amazon's headquarters are in Seattle.
There you have it. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from, as well as many blessings and many salutations into the hopeful elect. I'm going to entitle this lesson Isaiah 19:3 is taking place. What have you and what you see, okay, is what the Lord gutting out the spirit of Babylon. All right. It's also known as Egypt. It's also known as the daughter of Babylon, the abominable nation, America. Okay, and you have to, first be a newborn babe to understand that Egypt is America. Now a lot of people speculate on the scriptures when they speak of Egypt as things that have come to pass, but the spiritual, all right, discern, all right, and understand that the prophets of old were speaking of the times that's going to take place because they saw visions, had dreams, and the Lord revealed these things unto them. Okay, I'm going to get this in a couple different translations. It says Egypt, this is a Holman's Christian Standard Bible. Egypt's spirit will be disturbed within it, and I will frustrate its plans. Then will they seek idols, ghosts, spirits of the dead, and spiritists. Okay, and so with the Lord causing the spirit of Egypt to fail, all right, is ultimately coming from within, and that's what it says. It says in the midst of it, within it. Okay, as we see the government shutdown, shattering records, and ultimately the kingdom that's divided, all right, can't come to grips on what they want to do as far as their decision making. It says in the spirit, English Revised Version, and the spirit of Egypt shall be made void in the midst of it, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. They shall seek unto the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. The Egyptians will lose courage. I will unravel their plans. They will turn to their idols, ghosts, mediums, and as this is entitled, everyone is very stressed out. Okay, the entitlement of that video, and they're losing courage. They're losing faith in America. The American dream is done away with. It says the Egyptians will panic. The NET Bible. The Egyptians will panic, and I will confuse their strategy. They will seek guidance from the idols and from the spirits of the dead, from the pits used to conjure up underworld spirits, from the magicians. And those left-hand spirits are definitely here in America. You see it in entertainment. Okay. And you're seeing it all over, YouTube. They're showing it. Okay. Going, backwards, as the Lord was definitely against this place. This is in the KJV. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So prior to the Lord getting busy, all right, the Lord is going to weaken this place, all right, confounding the idols, bringing judgment, economic stress, okay, misery upon the people, and he's going to bring judgment. It says, I will, in the NLT, I will make Egyptian fight against Egyptian, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, province against province, because the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as well as the people. And so the Lord, is with civil war. The Lord is with tension and friction amongst the people. Why? Because the people are indulged in wickedness. Okay, and we're witnessing this take place. Okay, the Lord is gutting out the spirit. Because when when people lose hope, all right, meaning expectation of their leaders, Slakia, dealing with this sickness. It says, when the people lose hope and faith of their leaders, okay, they go out to march. Okay, they seek out the idols, and that's what we're witnessing. We're witnessing these people in a delusion, because the idols are not going to be able to help. The Lord is going to kill off the idols. Okay, he's going to confound every idol and them that follow those idols, including you Christians that call on Jesus, that don't seek the spirit of the Lord. Okay, because the Lord is against the spirit that Jesus pushes. Okay, so it's a feminine spirit. It says, "And the Egyptians will I give over unto the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts." It says, "The waters will fail from the sea, and the river will be wasted and dried up." And every sign of this prophecy that the Lord spoke about, all right, is coming to pass. Pay attention to the news, the media, okay, the people, and you can see it on their faces. The everyday person that's going into work, they're miserable. And actually, a lot of them want to place their misery on you. This is Isaiah 24 and verse 1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down. Okay. And scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And he's turning this place upside down. All right, spiritually as well. He's flipping the script. He's gutting it. Okay. It says, the land shall be entirely emptied, utterly plundered, for the Lord hath spoken his word. And the point I want to get, I believe, is verse 9. Okay, it says, this is verse 6. It says, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned. And that curse, speaking of the missiles that the Lord is going to bring. And it says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth, because the joy of the hypocrite is only for a moment, and in the midst of that moment, the Lord is going to intervene. It says, different verse. It says, the joyful tambourines, Christian Standard Bible, the joyful tambourines have ceased, the noise of the jubilant has stopped, the joyful lyre has ceased. Verse 9, that's the point. They shall not drink wine with the song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. You know, the people are watching sports and not having a, you know, a good time, because it's known to be wicked. And now everyone knows that there's sports betting, there's rigged games. Okay, the music is not hitting, and the Lord is just destroying it. It says, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in, you know, and we're going to continue to watch what the Lord is doing, you know, increasing the sorrows on these people. He's going to continue to increase the sorrows.
Ever been stressed waiting on payday, knowing that the bills
misery
don't wait? That's where Tilt comes in.
to you people
Tilt
that are
gives you
not seeking
access to
after him, because seeking Egypt, all right, is a dead end street, and it's going to pierce you if you're relying on it, because
lower payroll.
A trend Schulman fears could be repeated across the broader
although we
tech
use this
sector.
place,
AI is
we don't abuse it.
changing how people get information,
You know,
how
that
they
we
process
understand that the Lord is
information,
going to,
how they create content,
you know,
and
take
so
away
we're
all the
seeing that
resources.
can all be done much more efficiently than ever before, and so it requires far fewer people.
And these devils, their excuse is going to be AI. You know, we don't need you anymore because we got AI. Okay, this is how wicked this man is, man. All right, he wants everyone to be miserable. You know, he wants everyone to ultimately partake in the micro C-hip. You know, and by doing it, he's setting up his infrastructure. You know, this is why, you know, these jobs are being reduced. This is why there's mass layoffs. Okay, and it's only going to get worse for you people that believe on this place, man. You know, if you're not believing on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and not seeking the kingdom to come, okay, it's only going to get worse. Okay,
to get the job search started
only
early,
bad news for
but
the
he's
2/3.
also encouraging affected employees to take some time to acknowledge their loss and grief, and to lean on family and friends for support.
It's devastating, and you don't really know what the next thing
You know,
is.
because if you're not spiritual, this thing is devastating. All right, but us that believe, you know, we're excited at the times that's coming, because we know what's next. Okay. So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash.